Fall goes by way too fast, especially when you have a busy life. It can be easy to miss out on the joys of the season when you have work, school, family, and other commitments that take priority. Next thing you know, it's already mid-October and you still haven't done anything seasonal. Maybe you don't even bother, or maybe you try to do as many fall activities as you can before Halloween, because after that, it's basically Christmas. First off, a gentle reminder that you still have so much time to celebrate fall. You have a whole November ahead of you, and I know that this is easier said than done, but don't let retail giants like Costco, Target, and Amazon pressure you to get into the Christmas spirit just because they already have their holiday merchandise out. I know it feels like time is running out, but you can still have a cozy, magical fall while juggling your busy life. The trick is to keep it simple. Do small things rather than big fall activities. This is a great option when you don't have the luxury to dilly-dally through bookshops on a chilly fall day, or go to the pumpkin patch, or take a 2-hour scenic drive on your way to the apple orchard to go apple picking. The small things that you do to make your fall magical are just as or even more effective than the big things. So with all of that said, here's my guide on simple but effective ways to experience a cozy fall in your busy daily life. Spend the weekend before the start of your busy week creating a calm and comfy fall-inspired atmosphere in your bedroom that you will love coming home to every day. You only have to do it once, and you can enjoy it for the rest of the season. First, change your bed sheets. This was the first thing I did when the season rolled around, and depending on where you live, go with weather-appropriate bedding in fall colors and patterns. Next, pair it with an autumnal room spray that will give your room a nice fall scent. You can go with something more woodsy or pumpkin spicy. I myself went with something with more of an orange scent. Step 3, lights. With the days growing shorter, lights are being turned on sooner, so use your lamps and keep the lighting dim and warm for a nice fall ambiance. You can use scented candles or flameless candles for extra coziness. And lastly, decorate. Last year, I went a little bit overboard with my decorations. It looked like Halloween and fall just threw up in my bedroom. I have since learned that sometimes less is more. This year, adding just a few decorative pieces on my shelf for a fall altar did just the trick. A fall altar is an easy, fun way to honor the season. To make one, use items that you would normally associate with fall, like woodland creatures, acorns, mushrooms, pumpkins, fall foliage, and incorporate harvest colors like red, orange, brown, rust, and gold. Every time you walk by your fall altar, you'll be reminded to embrace the longer nights, savor the cooler days, and welcome the changing of the season. Add some throw pillows over here, a blanket over there, and voila, you've just made yourself a very cozy little nest. There is no nicer feeling than coming home after a long day to the cozy fall atmosphere you've created in your bedroom. You'll feel the spirit and the magic of the season every time you walk in. Autumn foods and drinks are a delicious way to savor the season. So maybe before you head off to work, you make yourself a nice warm drink. A hug in a mug is a mood booster for these darker mornings that we've been having. And if you're tired of pumpkin spice everything, here are some alternatives. Apple cider, warm or chilled. Hot chocolate with maple-flavored marshmallows, or an assortment of harvest teas. My favorite is this caramel apple one. It is so delicious. We all have to cook or meal prep anyway, so you might as well have fun and make something seasonal. Seasonal dishes being made in your kitchen will make your home feel cozy and smell great. I really love making a big pot of pumpkin chili. I feel like a little autumn witch with all of my spices and my big wooden spoon. It's quick, easy, delicious, and there's plenty left over for work lunches. If you're interested, I'll have the recipe linked down below. If you're looking to do something social, cook with your family or roommates. It's a fun way to squeeze in some quality time, just cooking fall treats and meals together. And if you simply do not have time to cook or bake anything, there is no shame with buying store-bought cookies or meals that are ready in 5 minutes. Definitely check out Trader Joe's for some delicious fall meals. They have so many yummy foods and treats, and they just totally nail it with fall. They just get it. It is finally time to take out your cable knit sweaters, wear your coziest cardigans, and your chunkiest scarves. And not only when you're off to do a fun fall activity. Wear your fall wardrobe all season long. That's what it's there for. If you have a strict workplace dress code, maybe see if you can at least incorporate fall colors and patterns. And if you live in a warmer climate like I do, you can still participate in the fall aesthetic by just wearing lightweight and breathable clothing in fall colors, patterns, and designs. I love books, movies, shows, and podcasts that have a seasonal theme or mood to them. They make it so easy to immerse yourself in fall, especially when you have a busy life. On my commute to and from work, I might listen to the It's Always Halloween podcast. During my lunch break, I'll read a couple pages of a book from my October TBR that is filled with fall imagery. And when I get home, I'll curl up with my steaming bowl of pumpkin chili and watch a spooky movie or cozy show. Here's some recommendations, and I'll try to be quick because there's a lot. For movies, if you're looking for a romantic fall flick, I would recommend When Harry Met Sally and You've Got Mail. For a modern fall flick, I would watch Greta Gerwig's Little Women. If you want a cozy murder mystery, Knives Out and Clue. For those of you into the dark academia aesthetic, Dead Poet Society. If you're in a more hipster indie fall vibe mood, I would watch Juno and Fantastic Mr. Fox. And lastly, some not so spooky Halloween movies that I would recommend are Hocus Pocus, Monster House, Fun Size, and Casper. For TV shows, I would recommend watching Only Murders in the Building if you want a cozy murder mystery. If you're looking for something that's more whimsical and spooky but also cozy, watch Over the Garden Wall. And for comedy horror / mockumentary, I really love What We Do in the Shadows. For books, let's start with the only adult book on this list, and that is Cold Clay. Part of a series called Shady Hollows, this is a cozy murder mystery with talking animals that takes place in the fall. Vera Vixen, a fox reporter, and Deputy Orville Braun, a large brown bear, are investigating the murder of Julia Elkin, a moose. She is the wife of Joe Elkin, the local coffee shop owner, and she supposedly left her husband over 10 years ago, but then her bones are accidentally discovered by rabbit farmers at the Cold Clay Orchard. Coraline. I love this book. I read it every fall. It's quick and spooky, but also very whimsical. We follow Coraline and the strange experiences that she has when her and her parents move into an apartment in an old house, and she has to face the evil that lurks there in order to save herself and her parents. The Pumpkin Princess and the Forever Knight. This is the book that I'm currently reading from my October TBR, and so far it's been super fun. We follow a young orphan girl who gets adopted by the Pumpkin King, and he ends up naming her Eve. She journeys into the land of the undead where she finds a new family, but her new life is threatened when a sinister scheme unearths itself. And last, Loteria. This is an adventure based off of the game Loteria. We follow Clara, who, while searching for her missing cousin, gets transported into a mythical kingdom where she gets trapped in a game of chance. If life wins, she will live to a ripe old age, but if death wins, she will flicker out like a candle. But she has no knowledge of this. All she knows is that her cousin is missing, and she will do whatever it takes to find him. You may not get through every single thing on your list this season, but I would still encourage you to make that fall bucket list, simply because it's a fun and relaxing activity to do. So grab your cozy blanket and a hot cup of tea and listen to a fall or Halloween playlist as you make your bucket list. You can get as creative as you want with it, and remember to not live to check off a box. If you do end up going to the pumpkin patch or to an apple orchard or to a Halloween party, fully savor those big experiences. Don't rush just to check it off your list. And whatever you didn't check off, remember that you've still been embracing the spirit of the season through the little things that you've been doing, with the media that you've been consuming, with the clothes you've been wearing, with the foods and drinks that you've been enjoying, and with the fall atmosphere that you've created in your home. These may not be major fall bucket list items, but I think that if you try them, you'll notice that those little things add the most magic to your fall, or at least it does to mine. I would love to hear what other ideas you may have on ways that we can sprinkle some fall magic into our busy lives. And thank you for watching today's video. I appreciate it. And as always, I appreciate you.